Dub changes are a crucial part of any dub, and look no further than the Dragon Ball franchise for some controversial English dub changes. Now, instead of focusing on Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Kai's English dub changes, I want to shift the conversation to the Dragon Ball Super dub changes, specifically some mistakes that Funimation made during the Dragon Ball Super broadcast Toonami dub, because every week the Dragon Ball Super English dub by Funimation is airing on Toonami every Sunday for me, Saturday for the people in the US. And then the DVD release comes out, which fixes, properly fixes mistakes made to the dub. And on today's video I'm going to go through a couple of these mistakes and discuss, are these worthy of actually fixing, should we expect better from Funimation, etc. So without further ado, let's get into the video, but I just wanted to make sure that you go check out MJTV's channel, as we did a 30-minute discussion on there regarding the dub changes and, dub versus sub of the Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Kai, and even the Dragon Ball Super dub, so I urge you to check that out. It's a really good sort of podcast discussion, very in-depth, and yeah, so I urge you to check that out on MJ's channel. Link is straight down below, so if you just click, show more in the description, just check that out as soon as you finish watching this video, or even before. Anyway, let's get straight into it. So the first sort of controversial Dragon Ball Super dub change, now there's not many Dragon Ball Super dub changes that are really controversial. I mean, the dub is pretty accurate, it does take some liberties, but the first mistake, the first dub mistake that was altered from the Toonami release was in episode 2. Now, Dragon Ball Super episode 2 was the episode where Vegeta is on a family trip with his, family, with Bulma and Trunks, and then when he's getting pushed around by the locals, he's at that sort of fire dance party thing, at the resort, Vegeta says that he defeated Majin Buu. Obviously, this is not the case. Vegeta did not defeat Majin Buu, and the Dragon Ball Super dub actually screwed this up. Now, it's, pretty minor, in terms of, the whole entire narrative, but it is incorrect. In the episode 2 home release, the Dragon Ball Super dub gets a home release every few months, releasing 12 to 13 episodes. And, yeah, so in the home release in Dragon Ball Super Part 1, that contains episodes 1 to 13 of the Battle of Gods arc, Vegeta now doesn't say that he defeated Majin Buu. And the actual line that was in the broadcast Toonami dub was, "I defeated Majin Buu, I should be hailed as number one by every creature on this planet." Now, the latter half of that line is, it's fine. I mean, it's not in a sense of, characterization of Vegeta, but that's Super's writing fault, not the dub's. But that's a whole nother video. But anyway, "I defeated Majin Buu" is incorrect, but they did change it for the home release. So that is the first Dragon Ball Super dub change that was actually a mistake, and, was corrected in the home release. And I do respect Chris Sabat for actually, taking the time out to correct these mistakes in the home release, There's so much Dragon Ball Z dub changes that just don't work and are, inaccurate, and that they haven't fixed, but I'm still glad that Chris Sabat is changing these Dragon Ball Super dub mistakes when they, happen to exist. It's very commendable, actually, so I do appreciate that a lot. Again, it's only a minor line, it doesn't really affect much in the story, but yeah, it is incorrect. It isn't a huge deal, but it is incorrect. But anyway, I'm glad they fixed it. The second instance of a Dragon Ball Super dub change that was corrected in the home release, and it was a mistake in the Toonami broadcast, was Vegeta actually said Goku instead of Kakarot. Very minor, very nitpicky, but yeah, it's just worth, something to mention. And that was in the Universe 6 arc. The specific episode I am not sure of, I'm not going to go research one line, one word. I'm not going to research into what episode did Vegeta say Goku in Dragon Ball Super. in the Universe 6 arc, you know. But it is in the Universe 6 arc. Vegeta does say Goku instead of Kakarot. And yeah, very minor, but it got corrected, which I commend. Episode 39 is one of the biggest dub mistakes in the show so far, and while I am pointing these out, I just want to mention that these are they're not like detrimental to the franchise, but they are worth noting. You know, just as a bit of a history lesson, you know, 20 years from now when we're discussing Dragon Ball Super, and the new generation has their own Dragon Ball series and stuff, so it's just interesting to look back. Just like how Toei, you know, fixed some of the animation for the home release. It's the same sort of thing, but instead of the visuals and the animation, it's the dialogue, and instead of the Japanese broadcast, it is the Toonami American broadcast. But anyway, in episode 39, the third dub change is that Goku, when he's performing the Super Saiyan Blue Kaio-ken times 10, he says, you know, Goku says that the calm power of the Kaio-ken mixed with Super Saiyan Blue. Just think about that for a minute. The calm and focus of the Kaio-ken. That doesn't make sense. Kaio-ken is an unstable form. The calm and focus of the Kaio-ken, that doesn't exist. Kaio-ken is an unstable form, you know? But anyway, this got fixed recently, you know, in the Dragon Ball Super home release 2, combining that with a multiplying boost of the Kaio-ken, which is much fitting. You know, the Super Saiyan Blue combined, you know, with the multiplying boost of the Kaio-ken instead of the calm and focus of the Kaio-ken. That makes much more sense. And yeah, that one, you know, I'm gonna just say it right now, this is the biggest sort of dub mistake that they've made so far. You know, a couple of them, you know, like I said throughout the video, are pretty nitpicky. This one I can see being an actual problem since it's a plot device, you know, it's a plot thread used in Dragon Ball Super itself, you know. So that's basically it. And also, for a bit of a prediction, one thing that I think they're going to change for the Dragon Ball Super when they get up to it, when they start to release the Future Trunks arc sets, is that they're going to fix Capsule Core. Now, I already made a video on this explaining Capsule Core versus Capsule Corp, but if you haven't seen that, I will link it down below along with the MJTV collab. You know, just check both those out. The explained video on Capsule Core versus Capsule Corp is very short. It's only about 2 minutes and 30 seconds long. But anyway, my prediction is that they're going to change Capsule Core to Capsule Corp because Capsule Corp is short for Capsule Corporation, and that's just the correct way to say it. So yeah, that's what I think they're going to do. And while they're not changing it in the broadcast dub because I think it's just going to be inconsistent and they're just going to change it with a home release. So yeah guys, that's basically it. Are these Dragon Ball Super dub changes a huge deal? No. And if you say that like, oh, Funimation shouldn't be making these mistakes, you know, they're a professional dubbing company. I mean, this happens all the time, and you know, translating Japanese to English, it's harder than it looks. Like, I'm not an expert in Japanese at all. I don't know how to translate Japanese, but it seems like a very difficult job. And then you get the ADR script writers to come and sort of make this new dialogue for English-speaking audiences that has to fit with the lip flaps and then performers to actually perform the dialogue. You know, stuff is going to get lost in translation sometimes, and, you know, with the advent of home release and, you know, stuff like that, you know, just the home release and a chance to re-release the Dragon Ball Super series, you know, when it comes to the dub, they have the option to change stuff like that, just little stuff around to just make the show better, well, make the dub better, I should say. And, you know, everyone says that, like, oh, Funimation shouldn't be making these mistakes, even though Toei fixes the animation all the time, and that's completely accepted. So why can Toei fix their animation and Funimation can't fix their dub lines? That's just a little hypocritical in my opinion, so fair game. If Funimation, you know, fucks up and they change it in the home release, they right their wrong I see nothing wrong with that. I respect that very much, actually. And they haven't screwed up that much in the Dragon Ball Super dub. They've just, just a couple of things here and there with one sort of big-ish mistake with the episode 39, Goku says the calm power of the Kaio-ken, instead of the multiplying boost of the Kaio-ken, like it was, similar to the Japanese version. So yeah, guys, that's basically it. What do you guys think about the Dragon Ball Super dub changes, just in general? And then a more specific question, what do you think of the Dragon Ball Super dub changes that were corrected? Which ones do you like better? Most of these, you'll probably say that the home release is better just because it's more accurate and stuff. And yeah, that's perfectly fine. If Funimation want to fix stuff, that's all good. As long as the product is better for it, I completely understand and I completely respect that. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for me. Make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Also, go check out the Dragon Ball Super English dub playlist. I recently updated it. So yeah, if you want every Dragon Ball Super English dub video that I've made, go check that one out. It's good stuff. It has some good stuff on there with collabs with Chaos Kingdom, Mr. Ninja Star, and MJTV, many more. So yeah, much more content on the horizon as well. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, as I just said, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.